Alberta will not be allowed to secede from the Crown, period. Alberta will not be allowed to become an independent country. And I'll tell you why. It's happened through history, and we've covered this a billion times on here. Let's look at the American Civil War. The South wanted to secede from the North. Why? Oh, they have to free the slaves. No! Because the South wanted to secede from the Crown. Once they secede from the Crown doesn't get its money. You want proof? Abraham Lincoln got shot after winning the war for the North. Why? Because he created a Yankee greenback, his own currency, off the Crown. What happened? Well, he gets shot, and then newsreels in England say, oh, he went off our money and tried to create his own currency without our permission over in the United States. Now we got rid of him. Now we got it back. So, Alberta will not be allowed to secede from the Crown, period. Oh, the Crown's dead, Mike. No. They won't be allowed. Now, if they wanted to secede, they should secede this week. Put a vote in this week. Now, they were putting up things saying, oh, 2026, we'll have a secession vote. You know what's going to happen? They're going to vote to stay with Canada because it's going to be fixed. Well, everyone's going to vote like everybody voted for Carney, right? Like everybody voted for Carney, right? Right? Yeah, so just like we were saying, Alberta won't be allowed to secede, period. That's just how it works. The South wanted to secede from the North, from the United States, because of the Crown. They were tired of dealing with Europe and did not want to deal with Europe. The North, England, UK, funded the North to make sure their currency stays intact and that they're paying taxes to the Red Shield, Blue Shield, whatever the hell they're paying their taxes to. So that's just my opinion. Well, if the people stand up and this, that, what are the people going to do? Nothing. The people could shout off the rooftops. It won't allow it because it's not allowed. So they'll have a vote in 2026. Okay, we're going to vote in 2026 for this. Why not now, when the tempers are flaring? Because they're going to try and give Canada, or the idea of Canada, a chance to proceed. But I wish people understood this. I wish people knew how much of a control these countries have that go back centuries, that are still in control of this. Now, could Alberta join the Union? Well, the Union needs to accept Alberta first, and then to join the Union, they have to go through articles, which they could do, and then apply and become the 51st state. They could do that, right? But then it causes a problem for the two provinces, east and west of Alberta, because then BC, right? It goes into BC can't join because it's so heavily Chinese infiltrated that everything China owns a good majority of the province I'm in, like our oil, a lot of our oil, coal, wood, ports for shipping directly into China. A lot of the fentanyl comes in from Kitimat, and Prince George comes in through BC. I think China will retaliate hard if BC wants to separate and join the United States and join the Union, right? So I don't think Alberta is allowed to, because if they were allowed to secede, they would have had a secession vote this week or next week and have the people decide. Not Ottawa decide what happens for them, but the people of Alberta decide. But they can't do nothing. I'm sorry, guys. You're just not allowed to do anything, because they'll engineer things and start wars. They'll engineer certain things to happen, so it kicks off certain wars, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Secede next week. Why wait? Let's give Canada a chance again. The idea. Okay, 2026 hits. Where's our vote? Let's vote. Oh, it looks like we want to stay with Canada. We voted. You heard it here, folks. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.